All right, so we got to follow up on this conversation because it's a weird conversation, and a lot of people have been getting mad at Charlie for misgendering Ava, for calling him, and it's like, okay, you're right, sorry, her, she has been grooming kids, and this guy Nathan, I'm brain free, came out, and apparently this is one of the guys who, had some issues with Ava in the past. So we're gonna go back. This video is first on July 24th. Please don't show anything other than love to Nathan. Putting something out there like this is always going to be, scary, making yourself vulnerable and whatnot. But this is the first story that came out yesterday.
Kris Tyson from Mr. Beast used me.
Lava knows that he played into it too, so he sees that, and he probably genuinely has some genuine feelings for Ava, Kris, however you want to say it. And it doesn't even have to be sexual. It can just be like a true friend, or at least they think that they're a friend, and that it still was not an ill intent. Like they're doing mental gymnastics on themselves.
And he tried to get me to join Mr. Beast game himself.
Or maybe he did get paid off.
He's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to sign us. Me and him were both initially involved in running Kris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams, and moderating them. As well as other.
All I gotta say, this guy has nice hair. Nathan, you got some nice hair, brother.
Tweets asking for help setting up a Gary's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Kris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different porn and hentai videos.
Yeah,
Not throughout the time of me talking. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public.
for the two of you who aren't aware, NSW means not safe for work.
So when it was just a private server and a little circle of minors, and he would use this NSFW bot to spam different porn images.
Because you're looking at the world, you're uncomfortable, you're vulnerable, and you're like, okay, what do I do? And this is what we've been talking about on stream these past couple days. If you have 100 people, 10 people are always going to suck. 10 people are going to be, 10%, and we're just 100, 10%, 10. 10% of those people are always going to suck, and 10% are going to be extraordinary as seen in the group, right? So, and to me, the purpose of being strong is to help guide the weak. And I'm not calling Nathan weak and by any stretch of the mean, but it's to guide those 80% and give them a hope and a vision of how to be better. Just being as altruistically good as we can be, because no one is purely altruistic, right? So Nathan is in this group. He's vulnerable. He's looking for answers, and he's looking at this guy as his role model of how he should try to model himself and create a version of himself out of this guy. And obviously, he had a good head on his shoulders to realize something ain't right. And apparently the video got cut off, so we're going to finish the last 35 seconds of it.
This certainly, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old, and even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making
sure.
No one
if
see
it's a
that
public
he's
channel, you
spamming.
can't.
This story is so
Obviously,
much bigger
red
and
flag.
runs so much deeper than any of you really realize. So if you want to hear more and you want a part 2, let me know. I was definitely
Nathan, I'm letting you know we want a part 2. So with that being said, here it is. Thank you, Nathan. Classic.
This is part 2 to yesterday's video of me talking about Ava, Kris Tyson, and what they did to me when I was 15 years old. This video has all the proof in it, all the receipts, and all the screenshots, thanks to an old friend of mine who was a moderator in Kris's Discord server at the time, Cookie. Now, Cookie actually went ahead and downloaded logs of all the individual channels.
Damn. Shout out to Cookie for having the balls to do this, and for Nathan, for being on Nathan's side, because in a lot of this case, when you have somebody as influential as Mr. Beast in that team, people get greedy. People see that money. They want a slice of that money.
Knowing that this was kind of being covered up, and he kept the logs of it for himself. He actually reached out to me here on Twitter, and I'm going to provide a lot of the screenshots backing up the claims that I made that Lava refuted. For example, I made a claim that there was an NSFW channel in the server where Kris would spam corn. Here you can see Kris talking about locking down the NSFW channel to True Gods and Anointed only.
Okay, so here it's saying there's a thumbnail image. Just kidding. AT&T can suck my dick until Spectrum throttles me. Spectrum doesn't throttle. I wouldn't be complaining. Gonna pull the link in the Discord on my story. Make sure is locked down. Only gods and anointed. Bro, this is bad idea. How? We gonna die? Like, yeah. Gonna link the
channel to True Gods and Anointed only. By the way, this is in 2019. I was a True God and I was a minor. Not only that, but you can see me right below it, Nathan.rtx, saying this is a bad idea. So even I knew as a kid that this was a really bad idea. Here is Lava himself talking about starting the commencement of cleaning the server.
That's how the bot won't delete. The bot would or won't delete this message. This is a very few days ago. Yeah, I was searching and noticed it. Commence the cleansing of the Discord. Search everything with kind of bad word in every known chat. Delete every instance of it at dim mods at one true god unless it's a bot login. I guess anointed one was Nathan. I don't know who one true god is. Best to search the oldest to newest so you don't see so many bot logs. Yeah, everything needs gone. Correct, unless it's a bot log or something. In rules, the server is going to be spotless and ready for partnership.
Word for word, I said he was talking about scrubbing the server. He says that never happened. Here you can see him talking about it, as well as me and Cookie himself talking about it. I just want to make this video real quick, disproving some of the claims that Lava refuted and showing that they actually are true, but I actually have thousands of Discord messages to go through in these logs that I was just provided by Cookie. Shout out to him for giving me them.
Literally,
and I'm going to be going through them and posting an update video with some more proof.
Shout out to CapCut. I don't use CapCut. I like InShot. All right, here are images that were used in the video. I deleted every single. Okay, this is adding context. Dude, this makes this whole situation just so much worse. My gosh, my lord. At the end of the day, please, if you got friends, or if you're somebody who's on the internet, doesn't have friends, and you're just we're gonna go with that route. Please be careful who you trust. If you find yourself going down a certain path, it doesn't matter what it is, right? It could be political, it could be religious, it could be gaming, and we'll stick to gaming because that's going to be the least controversial. If you only play Call of Duty, as somebody who's come back to it because I was only playing COD, and then I left COD and I started playing Elden Ring, then I started playing Once Human and The First Descendant, X Defiant. I started playing a lot of different games, and then I started to appreciate more about COD, the one thing that we were really into, right? I started to appreciate more of all the good things that it did that the other games didn't do. But then I started to really see some of these other games in Elden Ring and First Descendant and some of the things at Once Human that they do really right, really good. That I'm like, damn, I would never have been able to experience that on my own, right? We could experience a YouTube video. And as somebody who likes anime and I'll read mangas and listen to YouTubers, it's a completely different context. If I just listened to like Jujutsu Kaisen YouTube fanatics and I didn't read Jujutsu Kaisen, I would think I would have two different takes on what the story actually is. You know, I would thoroughly suggest and almost advocate for you to go out and have your own adventure in life. And your own adventure means making your own path, going out there, and just trying to do the damn thing. And by doing that, trying to keep your mind open and being wary of of predators and people who are going to try to manipulate you. Because no matter how much we want to think about it, once more, we already said in this video, if you have 100 people, 10 of them are always going to be super shitty. And that super shitty in my eyes is manipulative, is controlling. It's the 7 deadly sins. It's, you know, people that are lustful, greed, have too much pride, have envy, a sloth, want to hold you back from doing what you want to do. I wish I could remember the other two, but I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down on this.